In the 20th century, the world was divided by ideology: capitalism versus communism, democracy versus dictatorship. Today, a new invisible frontier is emerging, one defined not by borders or military power, but by algorithms, data, and computing power. Nations are racing to dominate artificial intelligence, and in the process, they are redrawing the global map. Artificial intelligence is no longer just about self-driving cars or chatbots. It is the backbone of economic growth, military strategy, and even national security. The country that leads in AI could control the future. Let's start with the key players. Right now, three major power blocks are competing for AI dominance: the United States, China, and the European Union. Each has a different approach, different strengths, and different weaknesses. Firstly, we have the United States of America. Home to tech giants such as Google, OpenAI, and Microsoft, it sits at the cutting edge of AI research, with institutions such as MIT, Stanford, and OpenAI leading breakthroughs. Additionally, it's home to private companies which help drive development, but government investment is growing, especially in military-based artificial intelligence. Overall, the US still remains the leader in cutting-edge AI, but it also still faces many challenges. For example, much of its AI power is concentrated in private companies, rather than under direct government control, and regulation is a hotly debated issue. Meanwhile, the Chinese government has a top-down approach, pouring billions into AI research. Companies like Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent are state-influenced but highly competitive globally. Massive data collection, thanks to its surveillance state, gives China an edge in training AI models. China has a clear goal: to surpass the US in AI by 2030. Its biggest advantage? Data. With over 1 billion citizens and an extensive surveillance system, China has more training data than any other country. Lastly, Europe is home to strong AI research, but it's lagging in commercialization. The focus is on AI regulation and ethical AI, with the EU AI Act setting global precedents. Europe lacks major tech giants on the scale of the United States or China, but it still plays a key role in shaping global AI policies. The EU is certainly taking a different approach. Instead of competing directly, it's trying to set the rules of the game. But will that be enough to stay relevant in the AI race? AI isn't just about algorithms. It's also about the hardware. Without powerful chips, AI cannot function. And right now, the world's most advanced AI chips come from just a few places. Taiwan's TSMC, or Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, produces over 90% of the world's most advanced AI chips. South Korea's Samsung is another major player, competing with TSMC. Both countries are in geopolitically sensitive positions, especially Taiwan, which faces threats from mainland China. This is why Taiwan is so important in global geopolitics. If China were to take control of Taiwan, it wouldn't just be about territorial expansion. It would also mean controlling the world's AI future. But the United States is still not deterred. The US is investing $52 billion to bring chip manufacturing back home. Companies such as Intel and Nvidia are working to reduce their dependence on Taiwan. However, rebuilding an entire semiconductor industry could take years, even decades. America knows that it's too reliant on Taiwan. That's why it's investing billions to bring chip production back. But will it be fast enough? AI is also changing how countries define their borders. We are entering a world of digital walls where the internet, and the AI systems that power it, are being split into different spheres of influence. China has its own internet, with no Google, Facebook, or YouTube. AI censorship and surveillance are deeply embedded into society. The government uses AI for social control, from facial recognition to predictive policing. China has already built a digital border, but what about the rest of the world? Could Western nations follow suit under the excuse of national security and misinformation control? So, where does this all lead? Let's consider a few possibilities. Scenario 1. AI bipolarity. The world splits into two AI ecosystems, one led by the US, the other by China. Countries will be forced to pick a side, just like the Cold War. AI development accelerates in both blocs, but global cooperation would decline. Scenario number 2. The AI Cold War turns hot. AI-driven cyber warfare escalates, leading to real-world conflict. Nations use AI to manipulate public opinion, hack elections, and disrupt economies. The competition for AI dominance triggers an arms race, similar to the nuclear weapons of the past. And finally, scenario number 3, AI global cooperation. A less likely dream? The world agrees on AI regulation, preventing its misuse. AI is used for global challenges like climate change, disease control, and poverty reduction. However, given current geopolitical tensions, this remains a far distant possibility. The reality, however, will probably be somewhere in between. AI will shape global power in ways we are only beginning to understand. One thing is certain: the countries that control AI will control the future.